Hello, 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 hello to the beautiful people of San Vicente y la Grenadines. I think it's that way we call it in Spanish. Now, people, I don't know what is the current status of Luzette King's plight in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but today we are going to take a closer look at it. Not an emotional look, but a realistic look at Luzette King's plight in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You know, you can depend on me to give you an honest perspective of the situation that is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at any point in time. Whether it's COVID-19, whether it's politics, whether it's personality, whether it's oppression, whether it's injustice, whatever is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, whatever topic I choose to speak to, you are assured that I am going to give you an honest and realistic perspective of what is happening. Right? Today I'm coming from the very clean and pristine city of Long Beach. I am coming from the grounds of the Long Beach Convention Center. I normally come here every so often when I want to just get a nice, refreshing taste of what this evil state have to offer. You understand? So people, we are coming from the downtown area of Long Beach, the city of Long Beach. It's a very nice city, I must say. And I will tell you, who is this person? Send me out. So people, once you're here, if you are, we're going to discuss that situation today, right? So share this video. Share this video, tag a friend in it. The last time I did my video, when I got off, only 6 people shared it. Only 6 people shared it. Why? Because probably I was talking shit, nonsense. That weren't worthy to be heard by no one else. But yet you're all inboxing me and tell me how you enjoy this video and what a wonderful job I'm doing. But you can't share it. But you're willing to come and break down my inbox to congratulate me and tell me to keep up the work. You can't share it because you don't want to be associated with me. You know? You don't want to be associated with Alan. Because let Alan take his punishment. Let Alan take what's coming to him. Let him work for me. Let him work on my behalf. Let him speak up for me. Let him speak up on my behalf. But I cannot be associated with him because he ain't gonna make me get no pressure. Alan is a volcano. I can stand and bear all of the pressure that is coming. You understand? So don't share it. People, I am asking you to share the video. It is important that you share the video. And the thing is that you don't have to leave it on your page indefinitely. When you think the video does not serve a purpose, when you think all of the people who have seen it is sufficient for you, then you could remove it from your page. But share the video. Tag someone in it. Let someone who you love, who you are concerned about, see and hear another perspective from that which is given in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Because the government is on a brainwashing mission to brainwash the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to sit down and to take what is coming to them. You understand? And we cannot allow that. St. Vincent was the last country in the Western Hemisphere to be colonized. You know why? Because our foreparents were vigilant and ready and willing to fight to the death to ensure that the white influence does not perpetuate our country. and take control and start imposing the evil that Ralph Gonsalves is now imposing upon the people. People, we come from a rich history, a history of fighters. You understand? So share this video. Let us all fight together. You can't be afraid to associate with me. You have to be willing to associate with me now, because the time will come when you would want to be associated with me, but I will not care for your association. You understand? Share this video, people. Let's go. Let's go and let's share this video. I want to tell you that Luzette King do not want your sympathy. You understand? And I will tell you what you want. So people, share this video. Let us get this thing rolling. You know, I don't like to stay long on a live because I want people to go back. I want people to be able to watch back this live without any complication, without any Lioness Delicia have shared the video. Thank you. When you share the video, let me know that you share the video so that I can big you up. Right? When you have shared this video, let me know that you have shared this video so that I can big you up. People, I don't want to stay too long. I just like to come here, be brief, because I'm considerate. I'm very considerate of the people who are going to rewatch this video. I don't want them to sit through 5 or 10 minutes of me encouraging you to share this video. You understand? I want them to open the video and get the meat of the essence of what I came to say. But if you don't share this video, you are not considering your fellow men, you're not considering your fellow oppressed Vincentians. Share this video to people in the diaspora. Let me see how much. Okay, now. People, please share this video. I am coming to you from the pristine downtown of Long Beach. Long Beach is one of the cities in the county of Los Angeles in California. Right? This is where I'm coming to you from. It's a little windy, but it's alright. Deborah Bram, Margot King has shared. People, share this video. And when you share, let me know that you have shared. It was a little chilly a while ago, that's why I put on my share it on your page. Share it on your page. Natasha D. Brung, nice to have you. Neil Knights, good to have you. I'm here to tell you why Luzette King don't want your sympathy and what Luzette King want. You understand? Because a lot of you don't understand what is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Come on, people. Share this video. Let us get people on this line, man. Let us get people on the live. Let us discuss serious, important things that are in the interest of St. Vincent and Vincentians. If we don't discuss them, right, everything will be swept under the rug, and we will see a lot of our people become oppressed. So people, share this video. Share this video. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's share this video before I get into the meat of the matter. And when you share, let me know that you have shared it. Let me know that you have shared it. Let us go, people. Now, as I tell you before, I'm coming from the pristine city of Long Beach. Look at it. It's a nice, clean city, downtown Long Beach. I will show you back there just before the video ends. There is a man-made lake that goes around the Hyatt Regent Hotel. You can come here, you can rent a little boat, and you can Hey Mike Brown, what's going on? Share this video for me, please, Mikey. Yeah, let us discuss what Luzette King wants, because a lot of people have been trying to invoke the sympathy of Vincentian on behalf of Luzette King. But I'm telling you, Luzette King don't want your sympathy. Right? Share this video, let us go. Let us go. Share this video. Right? I don't know what is Luzette King's status at this moment. Neil Knight, you shared. Neil Knight, I can depend on you and some others who always share the video, man. That's good. Maul Jack, did he share this video? And let me know where you're watching from. Let me know which country you're watching from. Yeah, people, share this video. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now, last week, Luzette King returned to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And in her possession, she had a negative COVID-19 test, which was issued to her after she was examined and was clear to travel to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Bear it in mind. Natasha, you have shared, thanks. Bear it in mind, Luzette King is a Vincentian, right? Her parents are Vincentian. Luzette King, brothers and sisters are Vincentian. Luzette King have nephews and nieces who are Vincentians. Luzette King is not a foreigner, right? She is a Vincentian citizen. She is just as much a citizen as Camilo Gonsalves is a citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So last week, Luzette returned to St. Vincent, all cleared. She had been tested as is required, and she booked a flight. She came to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She had in her possession a negative laboratory confirmed COVID-19 test. That means 24 hours before she have traveled to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, she had in her possession a negative laboratory confirmed COVID-19 test. And that is what is required to travel to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, when Luzette King got to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, she encountered some problems about which taxi she's going to use and which hotel she's going to be quarantined in. We must take into consideration that Luzette King is a single woman who is living by herself in a house by herself. This is known to the entire community. It is known to the police authority because the police authority is keeping surveillance on Luzette King. Luzette King, it is known to the Prime Minister because everything about Luzette King, Ralph Gonsalves have to know, because that is just how nosy he is, right? So anytime Luzette King run amok or run awry of doing what she's supposed to do, he has the information to try and embarrass her in public. So this is a citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not a citizen by investment, a citizen. Because her parents is Vincentian and the Grenadines, is from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and all her family are Vincentians, right? So this is the situation. Have you ever heard of a country, any country in the world, deporting their citizen? Have you ever heard about that? Well, this is what happened to Luzette King. Let me tell you something. No matter what kind of disease you have, absolutely no matter what kind of criminal background you have, when you return home to the land of your citizenship, right, you have to be accepted by the authorities. And if any country need to have you for criminal charges or to answer criminal charges, they need to go through a lawful process by starting extradition proceedings. Luzette King is not a criminal, right? So even if Luzette King returned home to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and she didn't have in her possession a laboratory confirmed negative COVID-19 test, she is not supposed to be deported. She is not supposed to be deported. You don't have the authority to throw your citizens out of the country. You don't have that authority. Now, the same people who have caused Luzette to be sent back from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the land of her citizenship, the land of her parents' birth, the land that she called home, the land that she is working hard to try and help Vincentian to see a particular light. Right? These were the same set of people who in their idiocracy allowed 300 international guests from around the world to come to St. Vincent to have a wedding. This is the same people who caused the rapid spike of the COVID-19 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines because of these 300 guests and supporting staff that they brought to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to have a wedding, because the dotish, stupid, ignoramus prime minister that we have thinks money is more important than prudent and diligent governance of a country. There's the same idiot who after Simone Keyser Beach would have told him it is critical that they create an environment where we can put COVID-19 laboratory confirmed cases away from their family, away from their community, until they have 2 negative confirmed tests and we send them back home. No! This is the same incompetent government who I have been calling upon to retrofit our schools or several schools so that these people who are COVID-19 positive will not be sent back to the community. This is the same government who I have been telling for over 10 months that we cannot impose these things upon our citizens. The government have an obligation to its citizens to ensure when they are returning from overseas that they are quarantined in a government facility at minimum cost. Because these are the people who you are elected to represent. Right? But they ignore that. This is the same idiotic government with their doty, stupid, silly prime minister, who Dr. Friday have already also joined in the call and tell them that they need to retrofit a school so that you will put these COVID-19 positive cases away from the community. It's not permanent. People are happy to stay away from their families when they are COVID-19 positive because they don't want to be responsible for the demise of any member of their family. They don't want to be responsible for the demise of any member of their community. So they are happy and willing to go and camp out in a school for a couple days until they have 2 negative, successive, laboratory confirmed COVID-19 tests. But no, you are taking people who are laboratory confirmed COVID-19 positive and you send them back to their homes. You send them back to their communities. You send them back to wherever they come from, knowing that there is a concern in the community about the spread of COVID-19, and you're surprised when all of a sudden there are over 600 laboratory confirmed cases in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But no, a citizen who came back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines with a laboratory confirmed negative COVID-19 test, you send her back from when she came. What kind of idiot is running the country of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? What kind of non-scopiatic? What kind of idiot, what kind of ignoramus is running the country of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? That is the question we have to ask. People, share this video now. You understand? What kind of ignoramus is running our country? It has to be an ignoramus. It cannot be anything else but an ignoramus, because no one with the least amount of sense will be so stupid as to be doing these things. No one with the least amount of sense could be so stupid as to be doing these things. People, listen to me. I'm telling you, be careful. Right? Listen, people. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Luzette King, he wanted sympathy. Sympathy don't move people to act. Luzette King don't want your sympathy. Take your sympathy and stuff it up your asses. Take all your sympathy and stuff it up your asses. She don't want your sympathy. She wants your support. Right? Stand up for Luzette. Stand up for Luzette, because guess what? You have to remember, we celebrate Rosa Parks. We celebrate Rosa Parks. We love to talk about Rosa Parks, this and Rosa Parks that. Rosa Parks was a black woman like Luzette King. Rosa Parks was being oppressed by an evil white system as Luzette King is being oppressed. Rosa Parks stood up against a white system as Luzette King is standing up against this evil system that is run by a Caucasian who has no love for his people, who have no love for himself, not even his children. So don't feel sorry for Luzette King. Luzette know what she's doing. Luzette know that if she don't stand up, no one else is standing up. If a man stand up, he have to stand up with Luzette King. Guess what? Because we'll say that he is just a lawbreaker. You understand? You have people, listen to me. She don't want your sympathy. I don't sympathize with Luzette King, because Luzette King don't want my sympathy. All my sympathy is going to do is move me into inaction. She wants your support. She wants your support. Find some way of supporting her. Find some way of standing up with Luzette King in this trying times that she's going through. You think Luzette King didn't know this was going to happen? If she wanted your sympathy, right? She knew that this was going to happen, but she came courageous, like a true Garifuna picnic. You understand? People don't realize who we are, or they don't understand who we are. You think I am just bold like this because of for nothing? You think I defy all of these people here for nothing? You think I go in a white community and protest and call them racist for nothing? Because I know who I am. I know I am Garifuna Picnic. I know I am an Israelite. You understand? People here don't understand. St. Vincent and the Grenadines was the last country in the Western Hemisphere to be colonized. Why? Because the Garifuna and the Kalinago, the St. Vincent indigenous people, fought against the French, the Spanish, and the English. Keep them off of our land for almost 300 years of fighting. So Luzette King don't want your sympathy. Don't give Luzette your sympathy. Give her your support. You understand? Give her your support to find out how you can support her. It may means giving her a couple dollars to help with a lawyer fee. It may mean standing up with her on the picket line so that the people who are opposed to what she's doing will see that she has people of credibility, people of class, people of dignity standing with her. You understand? She don't want your sympathy. Sympathy only make you feel sorry for yourself. That's what sympathy does. Not necessarily sorry for the person who need it, but sorry for yourself. Because sympathy is not even like empathy. You understand? She don't need your sympathy. She need your support. This is what we need to give to Luzette King. Our support in whatever way we can. Luzette King is a single woman in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right? She is a single woman who's living by herself. You have to remember, people. Let us deal with the reality of the situation. Luzette King is a single woman who is putting herself out there to challenge a system that is evil and oppressive, vindictive and unjust. And that is what she's doing. She don't want your sympathy. She wants your support. She wants your understanding. And when you're understanding what she's doing, give her support. As I tell you before, as I told you all before, earlier when I started, Rosa Parks was just a simple, ordinary black woman. Rosa Parks existed in a society that had an oppressive white regime that oppressed people of all kinds. Rosa Parks took it on herself to stand up against the system and challenge the system. That is what Rosa Parks did. This is the same woman that we celebrate in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We always talk about Rosa Parks standing on the bus. You understand? What is the difference between Luzette King and Rosa Parks? A black woman in a white oppressive system, challenging a white oppressive system, right? By ensuring that she bring something to the public attention that a many Vincentian has considered but never know would happen. If a person who don't support this white idiot that runs St. Vincent and the Grenadines come into St. Vincent, the land of their citizenship, the land of her parents' birth, the land for which she is a citizen and hold a passport that give her the right to enter. Let me tell you something, people. When you are a citizen of a country, right, you have a right to enter that country at any time under any circumstances. You could never enter the country unlawfully or illegally, right? The only thing is that when you enter a country, if you have lawfully leave that country, when you come back into that country, even if you use a legitimate or illegitimate port of entry, even if you're coming in bottom tongue, you have an obligation to go and report to the immigration that you're back in the state, right? Fill out the national card so that you can know that you're back in the state. A citizen cannot enter his homeland illegally. He cannot enter his homeland because every port for a citizen is a port of entry. Luzette did not do that. Luzette went through the procedure. She came into a port of entry. She was there present at the immigration department, and she did her paperwork. Right? How are you going to bar a citizen from coming into the country? Did you bar David Ames? Have you ever barred David Ames from coming into the country because he owed this country millions of dollars in taxes? Nobody ever barred David Ames. David Ames fly into St. Vincent and he fly out. And the last time he fly out never to return because he wasn't going to pay. He wasn't going to pay those monies that he owed our country for an extended period of time. Nobody barred David Ames from leaving and coming. Right? Those 300 guests and supporting staff who came to St. Vincent and the Grenadines in December for a wedding, nobody barred them. Nobody cared about them. Nobody did they presented the required amount of negative laboratory conform COVID-19 tests before they entered? No, they did not. They did not. Were they required to quarantine for 14 days in a hotel? Although they could afford it? No, they did not. They couldn't afford it, but they did not. But yet, you are sending people home to their families when they are laboratory confirmed COVID-19 positive in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But the same Vincent who's coming back home. Not to have a party. Coming back home because here is where they live. Here is where they operate. Here is where they function. Here is where their family at. Here is where their friends at. You are oppressing them with lengthy and hefty fines. You want to take them to court. Instead of you do what a government's obligation is, to ensure that those citizens are taken care of. That is what any prudent government will do. People, I told you before, in Dominica, the Dominican government already have quarantine areas for citizens. Dominica, just across the sea. If you're going into Dominica as a tourist and you don't want to spend the hotel money, you use the Dominican facility, government's facility, you go there quarantine for 14 days and you're cool, right? Why is it St. Vincent cannot make the same preparation that the Dominican government saw it fit to make for their citizens and visitors? Why is it? I don't know. But people, what I'm saying, Ricardo Watson, let me hear what he said there. These extortioners will never be at peace with people until they repent. Watson, some of them can't repent. Repenting is beyond them. I know you don't want to hear that, but that is a fact. Winston Jumbus Young, the last time he left, he didn't fly out. He take a boat from Dun. Oh, who's that? That is Ames from Chateau. What is this? Deborah Bryam. They said he left legally. Oh, David Ames left by a chateau. he snuck out. Oh, Lord of mercy. Luzette King was a nurse. She knows the consequences of breaking quarantine, so would never break it. Well, we have to believe that she would not break it, right? Right, she should be quarantined at home. Let me see. Carol Michaels. I hear them saying this morning she's not Rosa Parks. But she has more guts than the little boys who say all day she's smoking marijuana and abusing. Right, you're right. I'm not saying Luzette King is Rosa Parks. Luzette King is not Rosa Parks. All I'm saying. So when I'm talking, right? I know they're not talking about me, but all I'm saying here, Luzette King is not Rosa Parks. Who says she's Rosa Parks? All I'm saying that she's doing the same thing that Rosa Parks is doing, right? Luzette King is Luzette King. I'm not saying she's Rosa Parks. Nobody's saying she's Rosa Parks. She is doing the same thing under the same condition that Rosa Parks did, and she's met out with the same treatment as Rosa Parks that was handed out to Rosa Parks. Nobody can dispute that fact. Nobody cannot dispute that fact. Nobody cannot dispute the fact that her actions are the same as Rosa Parks. The situation is the same situation that Rosa Parks had to encounter. You may say St. Vincent is not under Jim Crow law, but it is under a Jim Crow law because it's the same thing. The same oppressive behaviors of the Jim Crow law in the United States in the 40s, 50s, and 60s are the same oppressive behavior that are being handed out and meted out to Vincentians in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept the fact or not, this is just the reality. And if anyone can prove otherwise, come on here and prove it. Come on here and prove it. She is not Rosa Parks. She is Luzette King. Her situation, her actions and her treatment are the same as Rosa Parks, right? And no one can say anything other than that. That is just a simple truth. That is just a simple fact. You understand? No one cannot dispute that fact. As a matter of fact, I'll go a little further. That Luzette treatment has gone beyond Rosa Parks because the government of the United States never thought to deport Rosa Parks, to throw her out of the country. So right now, Luzette treatment by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has exceeded that of what the evil, dirty Jim Crow government of the United States meted out to Rosa Parks. So now Luzette King have one up on Rosa Parks. So she is not Rosa Parks. She have exceeded Rosa Parks in the treatment with which she must suffer, in the treatment with which she must endure. You understand? So if you want to call her Rosa Parks, it's up to you. If she's not Rosa Parks, she's not Rosa Parks. She is now bigger than Rosa Parks because she was thrown into prison. Rosa Parks was thrown into prison also. You may say it's not a prison, it's confinement. It's confinement. What some people don't understand is if they get through to do what they want to do, Luzette, then we all are in trouble. Neil Knights, you are right. Neil Knights, you are so right. So right. And the thing is it, right? Vincent's are very strange people. We can celebrate the people who are doing these things overseas, right? We celebrate Farrakhan. Farrakhan is a great man. And he's a brave man. He's a strong man. But when a man like me stand up against the oppressors, they say that they criticize me. When a woman like we could celebrate Indira Gandhi, Rosa Parks, but when Luzette stand up, we criticize Luzette. You understand? Because you know what? St. Vincent ain't supposed to have no one with the Garifuna fight, no one with the Garifuna spirit, no one who is bold and brave enough to stand up against wrong and evil and call wrong and evil by the right name and suffer the consequences. We are supposed to be timid and tricking. Because of what's the saying? The country is broke because so they can't make any preparation for COVID-19 patient even though they receive millions for COVID-19. And Ricardo, you're right. These people taking these monies and they are putting it in their offshore Swiss bank accounts, hiding it away from the community. Why? Because they're greedy. That's all they have. That's all they have going for them, greed. First thing, they can't make it into the Most High Kingdom. By virtue of some of them races, they can't make it in the Most High Kingdom. Right? By virtue of their behaviors, the Most High done write them off and struck them off the list. So that's all they have. To gather as much as they can here, to die, and to be cast into hellfire. That's all they have. Right? And that is just a simple reality that most people don't want to face. People, as I said earlier, Luzette King don't want your sympathy. I don't even want your sympathy. Right? Luzette King wants your support. Support her in every which way you can. Luzette King is doing a great job for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right? She's doing a great job, not for herself. Because when Luzette King do these things, she go in debts and she get obligation to people that she didn't intend and don't want. Right? She have to now solicit help from lawyers to take care of her business. And thank God, we have lawyers in St. Vincent who are willing to come forward and lend the support where they can. Right? Luzette King has spent in airfare alone over $3,000 to go back and forth from the United States to come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right? So she's putting herself in expense. Not because she likes trouble, not because she wants the stresses of doing this. She putting herself in expenses. She putting herself in stresses because she know it is the right thing to do, not for herself, but for the country she call home. For the people who she interact with every day. Even some of them will bad talk her and bad mouth her and run to the Prime Minister's office and say nasty things about her. She do it still because it is the right thing to do. People won't really get that concept that you have to do things because it is the right thing to do. When Luzette going to court, I hope you all will go out there and support her. You understand? I hope the politicians, especially the opposition politician or any government politician who have a conscience, will go and support Luzette at the courthouse because it is the right thing to do. Graflin Matthias. What did this poor woman done to these people that they treating her like that? She's such a quiet lady. Luzette, God is your deliverer. You will be okay. Graflin Matthias, you can't just say that. You have to support Luzette King. God will deliver. But sometimes he used people like you and I to bring delivery. That is why he sent Moses, so that Moses can deliver his people out of Egypt. So sometimes he needs you to stand up and support Luzette in whatever way you can. And you will be the hands of the Most High delivering Luzette King. You understand? And I tell you something, standing with Luzette King may just mean giving her a couple dollars to go to her lawyer fee. Standing with Luzette King may mean standing up with her on the picket line so that people could see that Luzette King is not alone. She may be a lone woman in St. Vincent and the Grenadines living alone, but she's not alone. You understand? So you have to stand with that woman in every way you can. We as Vincentians, we have children of a strong nation, have to stand up against evil at every opportunity we get. People, are you sharing this video? Share this video. You will not hear the Christian Council. You will not hear Christian Council. You will not hear Richards, Pastor Richards and Clark and Fredericks. And Fredericks is my good friend, mind you, right? And all of these people coming out and speak about on Luzette's behalf. Here we have a policeman take his hands on a wall and abuse a policewoman. Nobody come out and stand up for that lady. It's my niece from Guyana contacted me today and was trying to find out if the Christian Council came out and stand up with P.C. Hamilton in the abuse that she got at the hands of a colleague. No, they cannot stand up in such times. Deborah Bryan, we can't say she don't want money because now she have legal expenses. Legal expenses don't just go in the air like that. You understand? I'm not saying that she's begging for charity. I am saying that because of her actions, she are now incurring debts that she don't need, that she don't want. If you don't want to support with money, you don't have to. But I am saying it will be good if we can give Luzette King some money. If all of them come pitch in so that she can give the lawyers something. Even if a lawyer says I'm going to do this pro bono, it will make her feel good to know that the people who she's standing up for have sent money, and she's capable of saying, hey, Kay, look at $500. I know you're doing it for free, but here's a $500. Maya Yusuf, here's something. You know what I mean? They would not want to take it, but they would be happy to know that some form of compensation come from the people who she's helping. You know, because it goes a long way. It's not that she want money. I'm not trying to put down Luzette, but we have to face the reality. Now she has legal fees that she didn't have before she stood up, and she didn't stand up for herself. Luzette King could have right out the COVID-19 overseas. She could have done it. She could have done it, but she's coming back to her country. She didn't have to stand up. You think Luzette King don't know what she's doing? But the fact that she's standing up for us means that we have to stand with her, and sometimes it means giving something out of her pocket. I know Vincent don't like to give, you know, they don't like they're not charitable people. Betty Clark, the kingdom of God is suffering violence, but the violence take it by force. Betty, scriptures, that's nice. Aye, holy love, share this video. It doesn't matter what the law is doing for free. It doesn't matter what the law is doing for free. Everybody, even when they're working pro bono, if they get something, they will take it. So all stop thinking that. You think she's going to put it in her pocket? If you don't want to give her money, we're not telling you must give her money. I'm not telling anybody to give her money, but I say that the reality is she have in accord legal expenses. If you can't understand that concept, I am sorry. You understand? And anyone, she's not in accord in these legal expenses because she have to. She in accord these legal expenses because it was the right thing to do. Whether the lawyer, and you cannot say that because Deborah Byam, you did not contact a lawyer and ask them to give Luzette King legal representation free. You are just assuming that the lawyer will step up. I am just assuming that Kay Bacchus will step up. But Kay Bacchus have a life to live. Maya Yusuf have a life to live. All of these lawyers who normally volunteer, they have a life to live. And even if they volunteer this service in a worthy cause, they have expenses that they must meet every month. And if those people who they are volunteering this service to is able to give them a $500 here and $500 there, it would offset the expense. So I don't know what you all are talking about. But the lawyers are going to do it for free? You think nothing is free in this world? Nothing, even when you don't have to pay for it. There's someone who's taking up the tab somewhere along the line. Come on, people, all you think, use your gray matter. You think God give all your head and a shoulder to decorate your body? No. It is there full of a brain for us to think. If you understand me very well, don't come here and do foolishness. Nobody's calling you out and telling you must give her. We are just saying support come in many ways. And some of the way you support people is by giving them a contribution, financial contribution. Even if the lawyers are going to take care of it for free. Take into consideration that Luzette have just spent over $3,000 in airfare trying to get home. Right? Don't you think she just came back from the United States where she had done medical? Don't you think her out of pocket is a problem? Huh? Don't you think that's a problem if you can't see that? I don't understand my people at all. You understand? I don't understand my people at all. All I could see is somebody getting a few pennies from them that they don't want to give. Nobody's asking you, nobody to give. I'm just making a statement. Who cares what people talk? All they living overseas and all they still have the same silly Vincentian mentality. All they don't change all the mentality. Who cares what people say? The reality is we don't care what people say. The reality is there that you need the support of the people. It doesn't matter what people say. Who cares what people say? How come all I could live in a developed country for so long and have adopted to to lifestyle in developed countries, and you all still with this small village concept of what people say. Who cares what people say? Who cares what people say? You can't go about living with this small village mentality. It is time that we come out. We have people here in this United States, rich people who are going about and stealing from poor people every day. Look, they have a fella named Richard Ross in Bermuda, in this place in California. He and his people steal hundreds of thousands of dollars from unemployed people from the social welfare department every day. They have money, but they're stealing it because they're greedy. You understand? So what if people think that she need help? Luzette King is a woman with needs like everyone else. Yes, she's a solid woman, so we'll look at no bad what people say. Neela said that she went to look for Luzette King this morning. He was very upset, and Luzette King was calming Neil down. You understand? Neil, like, thanks for going and seeing her, and thanks for letting us know. So I guess she's okay, right? She's okay mentally, right? So people, we have to support this woman. We have to support Garifuna Pickney. We have to support Vincent and Pickney. After Luzette, who next? After Luzette, who is next? That's the question we want to ask. So if you sit down there and think, I ain't going in the way. Remember, you know, Bigger Bigs didn't go in the way neither, you know. They came looking for Bigger Bigs because of something that he said on a political platform. Bigger Bigs didn't go in the way, and they destroyed Bigger Bigs multi-million-dollar company. You understand? Ahmad Scrub didn't go in the way. Ahmad Scrub exercised his free speech. And they arrested and almost threw Ahmad Scrub in prison on a bogus charge. Who next? You understand? Who next? It could be you, it could be because these people, let me tell you something, once you're black, they are going to do whatever they can to discriminate against you, to oppress you, to suppress you, to ensure that you feel the pinch. And that is what you don't understand. You all think I am racist and I'm this and I'm that. Yeah, of course I'm racist. I love my race. I love black people. I'll do anything for black people. I don't care for other race. If that is what is called racist, I'll say it public. I don't care for other races. But I have no power to impress any race. Understand? Holy Love is saying Ralph F. Vincent and people stupid dumb that they can't think for themselves. My friend, you are not the only person who is supporting that perspective. Vincent's people have become so stupid and so dumb that they are unable to think for themselves. And it is a very sad and shameful situation. You understand? It's a very sad and shameful situation. Is there anybody who would like to come live and make a contribution? Anybody who have an opinion that they want to share? I don't even know if Luzette is out and if she's here. I don't know if any of Luzette's nieces or nephews are here. Carol Michael is saying, anybody who stand up and show the wrong world boss is doing. Don't bother he. He's not a world boss, he's a world idiot. A world class idiot like Donald Trump. Yeah? Wesley McCoy, Luzette is a US citizen, so is Camilo Gonzalez. So is Charmin Bailey. So is Tosita Palmer. So is Delisa Palmer Seals. Macmillan. There are a lot of people who are US citizens, but that doesn't mean they're not Vincent and citizens either. You understand? So what you're saying? Neil, I don't know who you're talking to about that one. I think it's the guy who's saying that Luzette is an American citizen. A lot of people are American citizens. And that is not a crime, that's not an offense. You understand? There are a lot of people who are American citizens who are Vincent citizens also. And that is not an offense. That is just the reality. That is just the reality of our situation. People, let me thank the Most High for His knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that He has bestowed upon me so freely. And let me thank the Most High for the opportunity that He has given me to share this knowledge, understanding, and wisdom with you, my people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm about to end now, but before I go, I'm going to give you a little panoramic view of where I am and show you how pristine and beautiful this city of downtown Long Beach is. So don't go anywhere yet. Let me share the view with you. Let me share this view with you. It's a beautiful place. Oh, Carlos Paladis says that's what's happening to anyone who leaves the family and speak out. Carlos, yeah, you are right. Luzette was a part of that once upon a time, but she's not there anymore. Ricardo Watson, Deborah Byam. Many of these pastors, prophets, bishops, etc. are silenced. I'm wondering why. Because they have no balls. So you can come here and you could rent one of these boats. I was going to use one of these boats today, no? But when I realized that I normally spend an hour plus on a live sometimes, and sometimes I get carried away. I didn't want to take one of the boats and go out and next thing here when I come back I had to pay extra more money because I stayed too long. Yeah, this is the city of Long Beach. The PMOF is Dominican, yeah, we all know that. So she has more rights in St. Vincent than Vincent can do. She making millions of dollars in St. Vincent. Yeah, this is the city. Nice, pristine city of Long Beach. Oh, over there, I know you would have heard about the Laugh Factory in California. That is it right there. That small building there, yeah, that's where all of the comedians comes to perform. From Richard Pryor, all of the old comedians. You see those little figures you see there? Those are the faces of the comedians, like from all of them old comedians from back in the day. They normally go there and they would rent, would have shows there, the Laugh Factory. I'm sure you have all heard about it. This is the downtown Long Beach skyline. It's not a very big skyline they have. That's a small, moderate skyline. Yes. And this is the area around. It's a beautiful place. You could just come here and just relax. Here's the other side of the bridge that I'm on, where you can go and rent one of these things. Yeah. And this pool, this man-made lake. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. And you know, one of the good thing about this place here, right? When you come off the train, the bus that take you down here and bring you all around to the tour sites is free. You just jump on the bus and you don't have to worry about paying a bus fare. It's a nice and beautiful place, a tranquil place. I normally go over there. There's a little island over there I normally go and sit down and relax and enjoy it. And you see that boat there, the tree, that tourist boat there with the tree, with the three siphon, right? That is the Queen Mary. It has been decommissioned, and there is where it stay. You can go on the Queen Mary, you can have a dinner, a lunch, and so forth. But this is just a beautiful little place that I normally come and just hang out and buy some snacks and go on the lawn and chill out and just have a relaxing day. Yes, this is the downtown city of Long Beach. Yes, look at the houses over there. All of those houses are business places. They have they are wooden Victorian buildings. Wooden Victorian buildings from yesteryear. And they are well kept, well painted, pristine. You know what I mean? Yeah. So my people, now that I've shown you a little about the city of Long Beach. Oh, and there they have a Ferris wheel there. They normally operate it like on weekends and holidays, but like now nothing is doing. Yeah, everybody's at work. And you know what I like about this city? When you walk through the streets, nobody on the streets. It reminds me of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the 70s. As a kid, there was hardly any people on the streets. That's what I like about coming on these little cities. Nobody on the streets. Nobody. You just walking through the street by yourself. It's such a beautiful, peaceful environment. Not like in St. Vincent now. Every turn, people are all over the place. People, you know, it's such a beautiful place. People are gone.